You're welcome to Basic Science and Technology class for GS1. Today we shall be talking about gravitation and weightlessness. Objective of the lesson. At the end of the lesson, the student should be able to do the following. 1. Define gravitational force. 2. State examples of gravitational force. 3. Explain the solar system. 4. State the effect of revolution on the Earth. 5. Discuss space travel. 6. State the purpose of space travel. And 7. Understand the concept of satellites. Meaning of gravitation. Gravitation is the force that pulls everything towards the Earth. There are two types of forces, which are contact force, for instance push and pull, and non-contact force or force field, for example gravitational force. Gravitational force was first discovered by Isaac Newton. Gravitational force is thus defined as the force field which pulls an object towards the center of the Earth. The weight of an object is determined by gravitational force. Examples of gravitational force. Examples of gravitational force are 1. A fruit falling down from a tree. 2. A stone that is thrown up and is falling down. 3. A ball thrown up and is falling down. Weight and weightlessness. Weight is the force exerted by the Earth on a body. It is different from mass because it varies from place to place. Weight is equals to m times a, where m is mass and a is acceleration. Weight of force is equals to mg, which is equals to mass times acceleration due to gravity. Weight depends on gravitational force. Weightlessness. This occurs when the gravitational pull on the body equals the force needed to keep the object moving to center. When centripetal force equals gravitational force, weightlessness occurs. Centripetal force is the force that makes a body moving with constant speed to remain in its circular position. It directs objects to the center of the Earth. Weightlessness continues. The weight of an object also depends on mass, because the more the mass, the more force of gravity will act on it. So weight is proportional to mass. Weight is directly proportional to mass. Weight is equals to ma, which is equals to mass times acceleration. For instance, an object of mass 300 kg has 3000 Newton force, while an object of mass 0.4 kg has weight of 4 Newton. So we can see how weight depends on mass. The Earth in space. Let's look at the solar system. This is a system that consists of the Sun, Moon, the 9 planets and other planetary bodies. The 9 planets are Mercury, Venus, Earth, Mars, Jupiter, Saturn, Uranus, Neptune, and Pluto in order of their nearness to the Sun. The Earth is the 3rd planet from the Sun, while the smallest and nearest planet to the Sun is Mercury. Let's look at some basic information of the planet. Mercury, the revolutionary time is 88 days. No moon, is the smallest, hottest planet. Venus, the revolutionary time is 225 days with no moon. It is closest planet to the Earth. The Earth, the revolutionary time is 365 days with one moon. It accommodates living things. Mars has 687 days with 2 moons. It can support plant life. That of Jupiter has 11.9 years with 12 moons. It is the largest planet. That of Saturn has it takes 29 years to complete its revolutionary time. It has 10 moons. It is the 2nd largest planet. Uranus completes its revolutionary time in 84 years. It has 5 moons. It's 5 times the size of the Earth. Neptune completes its revolution in 164.8 years. It has 2 moons. It's a very cold region. Pluto completes its revolution in 247.7 years. It has no moon. It is the coldest planet. Rotation and revolution of the Earth and Moon. Rotation of the Earth is when the Earth spins on its axis, and this takes 1 day, that is 24 hours, to do so. Hence, in 1 day, the Earth makes one rotation on its axis. The effect of the rotation of the Earth results in 1. It causes day and night. 2. It causes differences in local time between places. The revolution round the sun takes about 365 days or a year, and the major effect of this is that it causes change in season. Let us look at the moon. The moon is the satellite of the Earth and travels with the Earth around the sun. It does not produce light around the sun, but its light is through the reflection of the light from the sun. Eclipse of the moon. Eclipse of the moon occurs when the Earth is between the sun and the moon. The Earth prevents light from the sun to reach the moon. If you can see the display of the diagram on our screen, this is an example of lunar eclipse, that is eclipse of the moon. We can see the yellow shining ball, which is the sun. In between it, we can see another small ball pointing down. In between it, there's a blue ball, and that is the Earth. So you can see that the Earth has come in between the sun and the moon, and that is lunar eclipse, which is eclipse of the moon. The sun and star. The sun is the largest solar system and has a surface temperature of 60,000 Celsius, and its size is 300,000 times as big as the Earth. It is the primary source of all energy. Eclipse of the sun. This occurs when the moon is between the sun and the Earth, and the shadow of the moon cast on the Earth. To our right is a diagram of the solar eclipse. Here we can see that the moon is in between the shining red ball, and the blue ball, which signifies the Earth. Now the star. Stars are balls of gases held together by a force of gravity. They release much radiant energy. A group of collection of stars is called constellations. Most of these groups of stars can be seen or observed at different periods of the year in various parts of the world. Space travel. Space is an area outside the Earth's crust. Space travel is a journey beyond the Earth's atmosphere into outer space. An American scientist, Neil Armstrong, was the first human being to step on the moon in 1969. Since then, other scientists have stepped into the moon. Space rockets, which can accommodate people, have been used in space stations. Russia was the first country to send a man to space on April 12, 1961. The people that travel into space are called the astronauts. The first astronaut was a Russian, that is Yuri Gagarin. Purposes of space travel. Scientists travel to space to find out other planets and know their content. 2. As a means of having knowledge on outer space. 3. It is to provide safe places of escape. 4. To compare the life in outer space to the life on Earth. 5. The knowledge will make man know if they can live successfully on other planets. 6. It is to prove superiority over other nations. 7. It's needed to get signals for communication devices. And 8. It is needed to launch artificial satellites. Benefits and dangers of space travel. Benefits. 1. Space travel helps to know that no human being can survive for a long time on the moon. 2. It also helps us to know the content of the moon, for instance, water on the moon. 3. It enables us to realize that there is no life on the moon. 4. It gives us more information on the outer space. 5. It shows us the danger
on the outer space. 6. It shows us that it is not easy for man to walk about on the moon. 7. It helps us to monitor weather. Now the dangers. 1. Space rockets can get lost if there's problem with the equipment. 2. It has been very difficult to return to Earth after traveling into space. 3. It can lead to death due to explosion. 4. Staying long in space made the astronauts' hand and legs thinner. 5. There is loss of calcium from returning astronauts' bone, thus making them lighter. Satellite. Satellite is a device that orbits around the Earth or another planet. It may be natural or artificial. Natural satellite is an object that revolves around another object. For instance, moon, comets, asteroids, planets, and so on and so forth. Artificial satellite is an electronic device that is sent into space and move around the Earth or another planet. There are different types of satellite, which includes communication satellites, military satellites, and meteorology satellites. Uses of satellites. Satellites are useful in the following areas: for easy communication, for photography, to check and control pollution, to provide technology that will monitor certain diseases, for locating and monitoring navigators, to make learning easy. We have come to the end of the lesson. I want to thank you all for listening. I shall see you in the next class.